Hello, my name's Jonathan Vickery. I studied abroad in Melbourne, Australia at Monash University. So how did study abroad change me? I wasn't abroad for super long. I was only there for about a month before I had to come home because of the whole coronavirus epidemic, which was very unfortunate, but it was still a great experience for me, and I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to do that. But how did it change me? So the program I went into only had two BC students going there, me and one other girl. The girl I did not know before I went, and that was honestly really terrifying to me that it was that small that I wouldn't have any social group. Once I went there versus other programs that have a lot more BC kids, so I definitely was a little nervous going into it. Um, but it really did force me out of my comfort zone, going out, meeting new people, not relying back on just people that are familiar to me, people that are similar to me. It really did push me out um, in a way that I really do appreciate now that I got to meet so many different people because of that. And also, I did get to learn more about Australia because I was friends with actual Australians while I was there and also people from all over the world. It was just a better experience for me to be going to a program with less BC people because it did force me out. Um, and I think that the biggest way, though, that abroad did change me was just being open about people, open about experiences, and like lived experiences, anything like that. I'm just much more open minded about. Before, I was always such a chronic planner and like was like wanted to know everything before I would do it, but now I just am much more open to different things, and I would definitely trace that back to my experience while I was abroad. Because I did meet people from all over the world, and now I can appreciate their upbringings, their backgrounds, and just being more spontaneous with people and plans and things like that. Um, but abroad did make me stronger in the sense that I was able to reflect on myself and what I actually or what actually makes me happy. Since I did go to a program with not many BC people, so I didn't know anyone there. I went out and was doing things that I actually enjoyed doing, things I actually truly brought me happiness. And really, at the end of the day, that brought me a greater sense of self. So I understood what does make me happy, what are things I actually enjoy doing, stuff like that. And I've definitely incorporated that now into my life and have been much more focused on what I actually like to do and what I want to get out of my life. And that was something that I learned while abroad. So, what would I tell a student who's still deciding whether to go abroad or not? I would say don't be afraid to say yes. I was very hesitant. I was on the fence. I didn't know whether I should do it, but it's way different than BC. It's not just BC in a foreign country. You're going to learn in a different context. You're going to learn in a different country. You're going to meet so many people that that sounds terrifying, but I think at the end of the day, you have to take that jump. It is a really big decision, but I think it's one that most people will come to appreciate that they did it. Um, and also, I would say too that the U.S. is very sheltered in terms of um, our influence around the world and things like that. We don't see different countries. We don't see different perspectives. We only see really our American lifestyle. And I think going abroad will really open up your mind about different things and seeing the US from a different angle and seeing different countries and how everyone's just interconnected. And I think we're missing a lot of that. And you'll never get that unless you leave the country. So I think it's a very formative experience to go abroad and experience things for yourself that you maybe wouldn't have if you stayed at BC. Um, so, what are some myths about studying abroad? I Some of the biggest ones I got was you'll miss BC while you're abroad, which I did. I did miss BC, but it also made me value what I had back at school and the people I know, the experiences that I was used to. Um, just things like that. That it made me value BC more at the end of the day, but it also allowed me to take a step back and be a little more critical of BC and look at it as an institution and what it's doing and what it's not doing and things like that. So it made me more critical and put it in a different lens, but it also taught me what I truly valued at school and what made me happy. Um, and another big one is that you'll lose connection with friends. I think that's easy to do if you don't reach out to people, but I think that also really overlooks that you're going to meet a lot of people while abroad. And I think that's just as important socially as maintaining friends with people back home is meeting new people, getting new experiences, especially with people from abroad because they have different backgrounds from you. They probably didn't grow up in the Northeast and things like that. So I think that's really big myth, but it's something that you can overcome. And the one thing that really surprised me about being abroad was how interconnected the world is. countries have so many ties yet such distinct cultures. It just really blew my mind. And as a sociology major, that just fascinated me to see how people are so socially intertwined, but also so different, and how it all just like comes together at the end of the day and how the world like goes round. So that was something that just really surprised me, especially being from America, where we don't really talk about other countries all that much, but being from Australia, which is very interconnected with different countries. Um, that was just the biggest thing I learned and something that really surprised me. But anyway, thank you for the opportunity. I'm really happy that I was able to go abroad, even though it was for such a short amount of time. It was definitely something that I'll take with me for the rest of my life, all the experiences I've had and everything I learned. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for the opportunity and helping me get there. Thank you.